Okay, folks, welcome to another edition of Addison is going to try to teach you something. This time we're going to talk about clay whistles. Here's some clay whistles. See? That's what they sound like. Here's another little clay whistle. Cute, huh? And here's yet another big giant clay whistle. It's broken, but it's still pretty cool. See? Anyway, clay whistle basically is made like a bottle when you blow air across it. So for instance, here's a bottle, you blow air across the top of the bottle and the air inside the bottle vibrates, and when anything vibrates it makes a sound. So that's the basis of whistles. And so here is a cross section of a whistle. You can see as the air blows in, it's going to go across this opening. The air is going to vibrate in the opening, and then it makes a sound. So that's the story. On this whistle you can see, here's the opening. On the top there's an opening. The path of the air goes through this and goes across that top, and the air inside vibrates. So all the whistles are set up the same. They've got a passageway, they've got a hole there, and the inside of this thing is hollow. So, as a matter of fact, I have this darn cool whistle that I made, and I let it get leather hard, then I cut it in half so you can see the inside. Basically, that's what the inside of the whistle looks like. Here's the air pocket. Here's where you blow, and you can see as you blow, it's going to go across. The air is going to go right across this opening right here and make the air inside vibrate, and then it's going to make a noise. So the air can't stop right here. It's got to go across and go all the way through. So this has got to, the airflow has got to be straight across the hole. It can't go into the hole. It's got to go across the top opening. So here's how we're going to do it. There's lots of ways to do it, but here's the way that I learned how that's easiest for me. Basically, you're going to make a piece of clay, solid clay, and we have to have a little nib on the front. This is what I call the nib. Or this is the nib, or this thing right here is the nib. You got to have some place to blow the air through. So I'm going to pinch it and kind of give it a little nib on the front. So it's like a pinch pot. You're going to pinch it, pinch it, pinch it, pinch it. Okay, so I got pinched, and I have my nib. I'm going to make the top kind of flat because that'll make life easier for me. So I kind of have my little nubby nib, and I've got the top flat. So now, just like a pinch pot, I'm going to take my thumb and push it inside this piece of clay, and I'm going to hollow out the inside a little bit, just like you do a pinch pot, by slowly taking it and squeezing it between my thumb and my fingers and moving it slowly around and around and around until the cavity is a little bit bigger. And let's see, my thumb goes all the way to there, so my thumb goes to right there about, so that's where the cavity ends. Alright, right about there, but I can make it go down a little bit deeper. So you have to make a cavity in it, but leave a little bit of the nib showing. Okay, yeah, there we go. There's my little cavity on the inside of my clay piece, hollow about to there. Okay, now we have to close this up. So what I do is I just kind of slowly squish this in a little bit, gently, slowly, and when it gets a little bit closer I can smooth it, put a little water in there. Since the clay is soft and squishy, I can just meld it and mold it together. I don't have to slip and score as long as I smush the clay around and make it nice and tight. Now, see, the top was going to be here, and my finger went about to there, so I know it's hollow about to there. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my handy dandy popsicle stick, this is good for a lot of stuff, and figure out about where the nibs and the hollow part starts. I figured out it was about as long as my finger, and I'm going to put a hole at a little bit of an angle and hope I hit. I did. I hit the hollow spot. Boing, 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 boing. Okay? But I want this hole to kind of lean the other direction. So I'm going to take a little, well, actually I'm just going to take a paper clip, handy dandy paper clip, and kind of cut this hole a little bit bigger and take out the goop. Alright, so now I've got that hole a little bit bigger. And when I blow into it, I want the air to pass across that top. So I want to kind of make this hole, instead of going down like so, like that, I want to make this hole have a little bit of a nice angle to it. Okay, so I'm going to kind of squish this down and give this hole a nice kind of angle on the back side. Oh, you don't know what the heck that means. So let's just try it. I'm going to put this in here and scoop out. I'm going to put it in like that just to give it a nice pointy angle there and scoop out all the garbage that I just took care of. I kind of like this little skinny paper clip. That works pretty good. Yeah, okay, let's get all that crap stuff out of there. Get the stuff out. Yeah. We don't want junk in the whistle. Ugh, look at all that goop. Alright, so now I'm going to make a nice, take my finger and kind of squish it up against that nice, so I'll make a nice flat surface for the air to go whoosh and fly off of, okay? So there's that. Now I'm going to open the hole a little bit bigger because I want some air to fly through there. And I'll neaten it up a little bit. So what I have is a hole in the top, like this. And this back edge right here kind of goes down right where the hole ends, and it comes to a point right there. So the air is going to flow nicely across that. Okay, that's the easy stuff. Now we have to make the passageway for the air to go through. And I want it to go through and come out so that the air goes across here. So I want to kind of guesstimate where it has to go. So I like to kind of draw a line on there. Okay, it's going to go in like that. I take my handy dandy stick, and following that angle, I'm going to put the stick in, hopefully following that angle, and it should come up. Oh, look at that. Nice job, Addison. You did it. So it should come up there so that the air can kind of flow past that. You only want one hole, so be careful about putting the stick in more than once and making two holes, because if you got two holes, it's not going to work, because then the air doesn't vibrate very well because it's got more places to go. And then, in theory, I should be able to blow through this and it should make a noise. Would you like to make some bets on whether my first attempt of making a whistle makes noise, or do you just want to laugh at me when it doesn't work? Make your bets now. Okay, because I haven't done this in a while, so we'll see if I can still do it. All right, here we go. Are you disappointed? I'm not, because I can fix it. That's so close. So what I do is I just take the stick and I make sure it's clear, and I make sure this thing is smooth, and I make sure this has a nice angle going back there. I smooth stuff out. Smooth, smooth, smooth. I have like two holes. Maybe that's what's going wrong. Let's see. So it should come out there. So sometimes you just have to work this so that the air flows where you want it to. All right, I'm going to try it again. We have liftoff. Nice job, Addison. Okay, so now that I know it works, I'm just going to keep that stick in there so things don't get messed up. And I'm going to go ahead and smooth it out. And I can change the shape a little bit. And then I can add parts. And you guys know how to add parts. You slip and you score. Here's some ears, but I would make them nice. You can even make a body. Like this started out like this. And he just put a body on it. So there you go. He's got the body on attached to there. This person had this shape, and they added some strange things to it. It doesn't even have to stay this shape. You could tip it this way or that way or that way and still pick it up and blow through it. But that's my whistle, and I'm really proud of myself. Watch this. Twinkle, star, what you are.